brother, whose real name was William. His primary concern was making $1 million, being the illiest hustler that the world ever seen. He used to bust movie stars and stick coke in his dreams. A corrupted young mind at the age of 13. Brother never had a father and his mom was a fiend, but she put the pipe down, but for every year she was sober. Her son's heart simultaneously grew colder. They started hanging out, selling bags in the projects, checking the young chicks for looking for hit-and-run prospects. But he was fascinated by material objects, but he understood money never brought respect. He built a reputation because he could hustle and steal, but he got locked once and didn't hesitate to squeal. So criminals chilled with it and think it was real. See, brothers like this and me have never been equal. I don't project my insecurities at other people. He founded props with addicts with pipes and needles, so he had to prove to everyone that he was evil. A feeble young minded man with infinite potential, the product of a ghetto-bred capitalistic mental. Currently dropped out of school to sell weed, dancing with the devil, smoked until his eyes would bleed. But he was sick of selling trees and he gave in to his greed. Everyone trying to be trife, never faced the consequences. You probably only did a month for minor offenses. Ask a brother to laugh if he had another chance. But then again, there's always the wicked that knew in advance. Dance forever with the devil on the cold cell block. But that's what happens when you rape, murder, and sell rock. Devils used to be gods, angels that fell from the top. There's no diversity because we're burning in the melting pot. So Billy started robbing brothers, anything he could do. He'd get his respect back in the eyes of his crew, starting fights over little stuff up on the block. Step up to selling mothers and brothers to crack rock, working overtime, making money for crack spot. Hit the jackpot and wanted to move up to cocaine, fulfilling the Scarface fantasy sucking his brain. Tired of the block brothers treating him the same. He wanted to be major like the cutthroats and the thugs, but he wouldn't try to step up, brother shoved him no love. They told him any high-running coward can sell drugs, any bad brother with a gun can bust slugs, any brother with a red shirt can fuck like a blood. The puffy smoked the whole place up in the club, but the only real thug can stab someone till they die, standing in front of them, staring straight into the eyes. Billy realized that these men were well guarded, and they wanted to test him before business started. Suggested beating a woman to prove he was cold-hearted. Now he had to choose between going back to his old life or making money with made men up in the side. His dreams about cars and eyes made him agreed. A hot cold brother is all he ever wanted to be, and so we met that Friday night at 2:45. Everyone trying to be trife never faced the consequences. You probably only did a month for minor offenses. Ask a brother to laugh if he had another chance. But then again, there's always the wicked that knew in advance. Dance forever with the devil on a cold cell block. But that's what happens when you rape, murder, and sell rock. Devils used to be gods, angels that fell from the top. There's no diversity because we're burning in the melting pot. They drove around the project slow while it was raining, smoking blunts, drinking and joking for entertainment, until they saw a woman on the street walking alone. 3 in the morning, coming back from work on her way home. So they quietly got out of the car and followed her. Walking through the projects, the darkness swallowed her. They wrapped her shirt around her head and knocked her onto the floor. This is it, kid, now you got a chance to be raw. So Billy choked her up and grabbed the chick by the hair and dragged her into the lobby that had nobody there. She struggled hard, but they forced her up the stairs, and they got to the roof and held her down on the ground, screaming, "Shut the hell up and stop moving around." The shirt covered her face, but she screamed and clawed. So Billy stomped on the girl till she broke in her jaw. The dirty bastards knew exactly what they were doing. They kicked her until she cracked her ribs and she stopped moving. Blood leaked from the cloth, she cried silently, and then they all proceeded to beat her violently. Billy wasn't meant to go first, but they each took a turn, ripping her up and choking her until her throat burned. A broken jaw, mama for God, but they weren't concerned. They were done with her, the body lying broken and bruised. One of the brothers pulled out a brand new 22. They told him that he was witness what he's gone through, and if he killed her now, he's guaranteed a spot in the crew. So he thought of her for a minute, she was practically dead, and so he leans over and put the gun right to her head. I'm falling and I can't go back. Falling and I can't go back. Everyone trying to be trife never faced the consequences. They It probably only did him off for minor offensive. Ask a brother to and laugh if he had a second chance. But then there was always the wicked that knew in advance. Dance forever with the devil on a cold cell block. But that's what happens when you rape, murder, and sell rock. Devils used to be God's angels that fell from the top. There's no diversity because we're burning in the melting pot. Right before he pulled the trigger and ended the life, he thought about the cold pain with the platinum and ice. And he felt strong standing along with his new brothers. Cocked the gat to a head and pulled back the shirt cover. But what he saw made him start to cringe and stutter, because he was staring into the eyes of his own mother. He looked back at him and cried because he was forsaken her. She cried more painfully than when they were raping her. His whole world stopped and he couldn't even contemplate. His corruption had successfully changed his fate. And he remembered how his mom used to come home late, working hard for nothing, cause now what was he worth? He turned away from the woman that had once given him birth, and crying out to the sky cause he was lonely and scared. But only the devil responded cause God wasn't there. And right then he knew what it was like to be empty and cold. So he jumped right off the roof and he died with no soul. They say death takes you to a better place, but I doubt it. After that he killed his mother too and never spoke about it. And now the devil follows me everywhere that I go. In fact, I'm sure he's standing among one of you at my shows. In every street cipher listening to Little Thug's flow. He could be standing right next to you and you wouldn't know. The devil grows inside the hearts of the selfish and wicked. White, brown, yellow, black, color is not restricted. You'll have a self-destructive destiny when you're inflicted, and you'll be one of the God's children that fell from the top. There's no diversity because we're burning in the melting pot. So when the devil wants you to dance with you, you better say never, cause a dance with the devil might last you forever.